What's up, everybody? This is Vinny. I wanted to do a follow up video on the concept of chunking that I did previously. Now, this is still a fascinating subject to me, and I think a lot of people got a lot out of it the last one I did. And just to do a little review, the idea of chunking is to basically break something down into small little parts or expand it into big picture thinking. And I want to start with an analogy of, well, let's start with why this happens. Now, people have traumatic experiences growing up, and for somebody who doesn't like to focus on details of something, it's just too overwhelming to write something down and make a checklist, and it's just too demanding, right? It's just easier to block it out and not think about it. Whereas people who spend too much time in the big picture side of it, nothing ever gets done, right? They're just imagining, fantasizing, and that's kind of not good either, right? And you can do one, you can do more, you could do too much of either one. So, for an example of like, chunking is good to break things down into tasks and to understanding how things go together. And but if you wanted to eat an airplane, right? If you wanted to eat an airplane, let's say you grinded that airplane up and made it in the most digestible way possible for people, where it's just dust, like little grains of sand dust, right? That if you spent trying to eat that airplane one by one every day, it would take too long. It would be too overwhelming. You know, there's not enough time in the day to just spend all your time with one little bits of pieces, right? It would be better to put those pieces into meals and eat them, at different times throughout the day. You would get through the plane a lot faster. It would be it would be it would be better to do that, right? Whereas if you chunk way too up, where you're just thinking and nothing ever gets done, right? So another analogy is why these are both important is because, let's say you're going on a vacation with family, right? You need somebody who's going to plan that trip, right? Where you guys are going to go, where you're going to stay, what things you're going to do when you get there, what times, how much does it cost, what gear do you need to do those things, right? But where it gets too overwhelming and counterintuitive is if you get to that vacation and you just keep focusing on planning and doing, you can't even enjoy your vacation anymore because you just, that's what you know what I mean? There's so but and let's say for someone who's too chunked up all the time, right? They can't make decisions or even follow a simple script. If you're in a car and everybody's like, "Oh, where does everybody want to eat?" Right? Oh, I don't know. Or like, you know, the chunked up people are never going to make decisions and plan anything, right? So, and nothing ever gets done being too chunked up, right? So you need both. You need both. And I wanted to leave you guys with some questions to elicit both again. So, three questions for chunking up would be like, what's the ultimate purpose of this, right? What's the ultimate intention behind it? What's this an example of? How does this concept relate to another concept? And for chunking down would be, what are the specific pieces to this thing? What steps do I need to take to move towards accomplishing this activity, learning and understanding more about this ideology, or way of thinking, whatever? This is a fascinating topic. I can go on and on about it, but I just wanted to expand more on it because I know a lot of people enjoyed it, the last video I did on it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna do some more videos on psychological stuff, and I'm also gonna do more on day-to-day like experiences I had in the sales field, and I also want to do more on like apps, feature things I like inside the apps, and iPhone